This is it, game one. As we get into Manfield Might, of course. Tiny bit loud. Okay, I'll tell you guys what I'll do. Is I'll reduce it just slightly. Let me know if this is okay once we get into the game here. Okay, while I wait for your guys' response, thank you to C Savage for the 72-month tier 1. Thanks for the 13-month prime from Iconic Alec. And thanks for Eric Ramgren, 30-month prime and 25-month prime from Foxpal. Welcome back to everybody to the channel. And yeah, welcome to what should be an absolute worldie of a series. Pre-flip center ball from Firstkiller denied. And that should allow Yanxnz Lostt to break out of defense. Now, the way that this match came about, I know that the scrims for most of the teams in the NA, RLCS, usually finish around about 11 PM my time. So I was checking to see who's online. Spotted Lostt and Yan online. Now, I know they've been playing a lot of 2v2 recently. They've been grinding 2s, ranked, they've been running into everybody, and they have managed to climb to the highest rated players in North America at the moment. In the North American server, I should say. At the moment, and they've done it predominantly with a focus on solo plays and physical plays. That's what I'd say really helps them stand out compared to the other top tier teams. Solo plays and physical plays. Now, you'll of course see team plays from them. You'll see defensive stands from them, counter-attacking plays. Nice little double there from Firstkiller. Goes long down the middle. Yan's got it under control though, but he does lose about quarter boost to Daniel. Yeah, what we can expect to see from Daniel and Firstkiller, I think, is a little bit more of a team play oriented match from them, and a little bit more of a defensive counter-attacky style. Now, I do expect to see solo plays from Daniel and Firstkiller as well. I'm not saying that you're only going to see solo plays from Lostt and from Yan, but you're probably going to see more solo plays sorry, yeah, it's not like you're going to see completely different play styles like you sometimes do in 1v1, but this is pretty common what you see from these guys. As soon as they get a chance on the breakaway, it is a counter-attack. That goes against what I was saying. But there's a demo. Yan doesn't even need to play the ball, he just pulls up beside Daniel, and that gives Lostt a free run, a goal for 1-0. Did we get a prediction from one of the mods? Do we have any mods in here who can start a prediction? Did we get one about series for the live chat, or maybe about game one? I'm looking to get lots of 2v2s on the go right now, by the way, on these coming days and weeks. Great bump by Firstkiller. Well, that's a 1v2 play, and it's a physical play. So everything I told you you could expect to see from Yanxnz Lostt, we've just seen it from Firstkiller. He makes a solo play and gets a bump at the end after resetting of the ball. Absolutely stunning stuff by First. But okay, I was going to tell you how this match came about before we went down a different train of thought. So just to go back to that before I forget. I did ask Lostt and Yan if they wanted to play, and they were down, and I spotted Firstkiller was online and that he wasn't scrimming, so I asked if he wanted to play. Told him he could pick his teammate, any teammate he wants, and he chose Daniel. Arsenal actually tweeted at me when I announced this match and said, why no Beast Mode? Because I know Beast Mode and Daniel have been winning a ton of 2v2 tournaments together, so that's the reason I thought I would let you know, because I'm anticipating a lot of people asking why no Beast Mode. I would love to see that match, for the record. I'd love to see Beast Mode Daniel versus Lostt and Yan. These guys are so exciting to watch. Oh, what's a pass that is from Lostt. Yan not able to get there quickly enough. Firstkiller's respawn was rapid, and it's physical plays that opened up the opportunity, but didn't really lead to much. Yan backed off. That gave the counter-attacking chance. Lovely play there from Lostt, not leaving the action. Sticks around in the center. Didn't want to leave the center ball completely open on the infield. Even though he was on low boost, he just hung about. Activity between these guys is incredibly high. I mean, they do not leave the ball very often, and when they do, their teammate is usually looking to air dribble to kill some time and allow the other to recover. I mean, you can say that's something that you will see from both of these teams. I imagine First and Daniel are in comms for this one. Great defense from Firstkiller. Daniel and Yan fighting for possession. It's Dan who comes away with it. Yanxnz Lostt just queuing up at that little 2v2 spacing that you want to challenge a air dribble or a ground play. You want to line up. So one challenge can be followed up by the other. Not too close, not too far away, just that perfect distance. Honestly, quite a calm performance so far from Lostt and Yan. They feel like they've dialed it back a little bit, and then I think it's actually Firstkiller and Daniel who are looking to match them from midfield pressure. I think these two did or I'm pretty sure that this exact matchup did happen quite a few times in ranked, so these guys are going to be very familiar with each other lately. Now Lostt has tried to pick out Yan in the back corner there. Firstkiller's got him jumping the wrong way. Lostt with an in and out save, but he's out of boost. Lostt has been looking for a boost for a while now. This is trouble for Brazil. Yan needs to keep this one close, and he gets demoed. That's going to be open, surely. No, not quite. Well, Daniel missed the shot there. I think that might have just barely been open, given the respawn was on the far side. And the pressure continues for the US. They are absolutely crushing it. That's a key touch from Yan at the end of that. But will they be able to break out of their half? Well, it looks like they might. It's Yan demoed for his trouble. Lostt finally finds a back corner boost, fakes a challenge, gets Firstkiller to go to the side of the net. Oh, that's a big dunk from Lostt. He's checking to see where Daniel went. And now lobs it up for Yan to make a play. Yan also looking to bring a pass into the play. Oh well, Lostt is going to keep this one up as well. Well, that's a dangerous play for most, but with Lost's exquisite first touch, I guess it makes sense. Yan also going to play for the 0-second goal. And this makes a lot more sense from his POV. Double commit from USA. Lostt now taking off for a 0-second air dribble. Daniel's up quickly. Thank goodness he was, because that would have been terrifying after the double commit that preceded that air dribble. Big push kickoff win to the outside for Daniel. Firstkiller's hanging behind him, letting Dan go for the solo play. Now, if Firstkiller's make himself a passing option, he'd get across the other side of the box there, but he just wanted to let Daniel solo play. And that really shows a lot of trust in each other. I'm sure a lot of you get annoyed at your teammates in twos when they don't pass to you, but it's honestly the safe way to play. Solo plays do it for USA. Firstkiller makes another one. He's gone 1v2 twice in this game. It was over Yan and then straight through Lostt for his second goal of the game. Great start for USA. Now, who does Firstkiller usually play with in those 2v2 tournaments? I know Daniel Beast Mode's usually a team in USA 2v2 tournaments, or North American 2v2 tournaments, I should say. Who does Firstkiller usually play with? Did he play with Mist last time? I'm pretty sure. He also he played another one as well. I don't know if he played with Mist both times or it was Mist and then Typical the time before. I know Firstkiller and AJ around about, well, it was over a year ago now, something like a year and a half ago. They won a DreamHack 2v2 tournament and they looked unstoppable while doing it, so that's obviously a really good team. I mean, if you guys are interested in seeing a little 2v2 tournament, I'd love to see what that looks like these days with combinations like Yan and Lostt in NA. You've got CRR Razebull, extremely active duo from Complexity, Daniel Beast Mode of course, Firstkiller plus literally anyone with a controller and a monitor. And yeah, other talented players, of course, AppJack plus anyone, AJ plus anyone. I know LJ Chronic like to play twos together. There's definitely a absolutely world-class 2v2 teams in North America right now. And it would be really cool to see a wee tournament with all those teams playing. Of course, I'm not swinging away from 1v1, just decided with all the activity that we've been seeing from Yan and Lostt in twos, and at least, well, a very public activity, it's probably quite an active ladder all the time, but the fact that Yan and Lostt were both streaming a ton of their twos games, I think got a lot of other North American players, well, I would say other North American players, I should say other North American server players to queue up ranked twos as well recently. Oh, that's a great save by Daniel. Lostt predicting where the save was going to go towards, but he couldn't really do too much with it because Firstkiller and Daniel both goal side, they're both behind the ball. And forces Lostt to retreat. Now, boost steal coming in from Firstkiller. That's going to give Daniel a good chance at getting a solo goal here. He goes wide of the net, but Lostt again has kind of run out of boost. Oh no, he managed to pick up the back 100. That's huge. Firstkiller probably knows that. That's why he's not overcommitting. Yan's up quickly here. Wants to double, knowing Daniel's pre-jumping in front of him. What adjustment mid-air though from Daniel. Gets the counter-attack started. One that's quickly thwarted by Lostt interception. Now the demos are pouring in. That's actually going to force the Furia duo to back down. Oh well, look at this from Lostt. Catches everybody by surprise. He's going to score himself. Well, that is not a goal you see all that often in twos. He just shoots to catch Daniel by surprise, blocks Firstkiller, pit maneuvers Firstkiller, or just kind of forces him out of the way, I guess, with a little wave dash off the wall. That was brutal. I mean, you can understand why Yan wouldn't advance in that position. It really didn't look like they were going to have something going. Lostt pulling it out the bag from an extremely unconventional position. Now, fake kickoff from Brazil. It's given them the first possession after it, but that's not going to return into a good one. as Daniel quickly equalizes. Well, it all fell apart when the demo landed in the back corner from Daniel there. As soon as that happened, Brazil just lost all ball pressure. Lostt could not challenge the shot, and although he kept the first one out, he couldn't get a save while doing so. 1-1. What was the prediction? Or who was the prediction in favor of? I don't want to tab out right now in case I drop some frames. I'm guessing based on the time of day that we're currently streaming, that Daniel Firstkiller would win the prediction. But based on their recent ranked success, Yan and Lostt are probably the favourites here, and the fact that they are teammates. I think personally, I mean, even though First and Daniel are winning, I'll say I think that Brazil are the favourites into this matchup. The synergy from First and Daniel's been on point so far. I think Lostt and Yan have been a little bit stuck for what to do at times, but they've rushed this play very well. It looked like a pretty safe advance from Yan there. It can often be risky to get up early, but Daniel really took his time with that one. He wasn't comfortable, bit underneath the ball, didn't jump as quickly as he could have. And he got dusted for 2-1 in favour of Brazil. Another fake kickoff for Brazil. I mean, this makes a lot of sense. Doesn't look like USA are reading them all that well. Another reason why the Brazil duo might be going for a fake kickoff is that USA keep going for back corners as they get a third goal now. A little bit of backboard play. So 2 times in a row. A little bit of a bump as well. Just Lostt beating Daniel to the ball. And then Yan bumping Firstkiller out of the way before turning and scoring. So that's been the name of the game for Yan and Lostt in this game. Just be faster and land a bump at a key moment. Lostt looking to offload. I'm actually really interested to see this more defensive looking Furia duo. I think they have been a bit more defensive with their positioning in this best of 7. In ranked, they just seem to completely send it. It makes sense, you know, you're in a series, you're not going to surprise 2 players who play against you time and time again with the same trick, or at least you'd think that you wouldn't. Great shot by Daniel. Well, with a shot with a clear into the corner, you'd expect Furia were probably not thinking that Daniel was going to be there for it, but he manages to get the aerial shot on target and cuts that lead back to just 1 goal. Mitchell Deere, thanks to the 18-month tier 1. Exalted, thanks to the 20-month prime. Now, what have I missed here? Well, I looked away. As soon as I did, there was a kickoff goal. Yan just got far too close. Well worked kickoff by USA, though. They managed to deflect that kickoff straight into their cheating player. This time it doesn't work out quite as well, but it should be fine for Firstkiller to grab. Swift RL, thanks to the 6-month tier 1. He's hoping USA come out on top here. The Squeeze 88, thanks to the 21-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel for you as well. How are Yan and Lostt going to handle that lead that they've just had to see disappear in quick succession? Yan with low boost, not able to do too much to cause problems for Daniel, but Lostt will with quick interceptions like this. Well, he has completely surprised USA with his presence in this corner. I think after the demo landed, Daniel's thinking Lostt is going to turn here, surely. He's not just going to dive in the back corner, but with how quickly Lostt recovered there, it didn't really matter if he won the ball. He was ready to land. Oh, good read. Fake kickoff, hard read there from Yan for 5-3. USA trying some tricks and it didn't work out. I think, let's see how convincing Firstkiller was with this one. Yeah, he turned very early. It was a fake kickoff into a demo attempt actually, so hard counter there by Yan. I like the mix-up from USA because they've been playing pretty vanilla with their kickoffs, and now it's actually going to be Brazil who faked the kickoff and it is not read by USA. And a little flick double attempt by Yan, defended by US. Is that going to dip in time? It looks like it might. Not straight in, but time for the rebound to land. A little bit of revenge there for Daniel. Oh, it looks like it might have been an own goal. Forced, certainly, because Daniel's going to score this. He pull shot Yan into it, but that was Yan's final touch on a pretty difficult save. Standard kickoff goes USA's way. The ball might be in the back corner here, but they've got the possession. Oh, Daniel's beamed it, though. Well, that was not the play that he wanted to be making. Full boost for Daniel. Full boost for Firstkiller. Daniel tried to double it, and he just accidentally hit it downwards off the back wall. Well, that is a huge mistake. Not a necessary one. They weren't really in a rush there, given the fact that they had 30 seconds to work with. He could have just taken his time. It looks like Brazil might be winning this. Lostt is on the back wall here. He's going to dive bomb save this. And no reset double for Firstkiller. That's a bit of a flex from Lostt at the end of the game. An unnecessary one, of course, but yeah, lots of surprising moves from Lostt. It's that little aggressive play in the back corner that he made that I think really would have caught USA off guard. He did it 2 times, but the second time, I think the USA were very surprised that Lostt would just stick around completely in a 1v2. And the reason for that is because if your teammate gets demoed, well, you know, if your teammate is demoed in 2v2 and the other team have control of the ball in the back corner, it is generally pretty risky to just lunge in as a solo player into the enemy back corner. Reason being, back corner 50-50s tend to favor the defenders, and if a 50-50 goes the defender's way in a 2v1, then suddenly that 2v1 is going to turn into one player chasing the goalkeeper, one player just scoring. So it's a very risky play that Lostt made there to get the 4th goal of the game. I think it was the 4th goal of the game to separate the deadlock there at 3-3. One that USA certainly were not expecting him to make. So big kickoff from both teams, forced to the outside. When 2 teams do go from the same side of the ball, it wasn't a left goes situation there, it was a left on one team, right on the other. And look out for the danger. Yan connects with Daniel. You need Firstkiller to be in the area here, but he's just out of position, no boost. Yeah, you can't really do too much to recover after landing where he did, losing all his momentum. Will USA have the confidence to try any other kickoff trick? So Firstkiller might have had a free shot there. Not sure if he had enough boost to get back to it after getting a big kickoff win. This is a lot better for Brazil. And you know, I mentioned in game 1 they looked like they were a bit subdued. They looked like they were holding back a bit more than usual, but in game 2 they definitely upped the aggression in the USA back corner. You know, Brazil's 2v2 talent is really finding positions to be aggressive where the other team doesn't think it's viable or doesn't think it's possible for you to do so. They think, well, I'm pretty safe here, they're not going to go. Oh, he's gone, like right here. This is a moment where Daniel's probably thinking, is that a fake? Is he really going to go for this? Firstkiller's looking for multiple demos in this position. Actually got the redirect set up with the boost seal, but no luck. Brazil trying to keep USA honest with these hard clears, making sure that the Daniel Firstkiller combo doesn't push up too far. A rare air dribble for Daniel with no reset available for him. Now both Yan and Lostt have to run into the corner. Oh, what a pre-flip out play that is. Yan again 1v1. This time Daniel stops him in his tracks. Yan does keep the back corner boost control on one side. Lostt is briefly boostless. He's going to remedy that with a run out to the midfield. One try from Daniel here, but he's early challenge on the air dribble. Yeah, it seems like both teams have prioritized solo plays for the majority of this show match. Not surprising. You know, I said that there might be a little bit more team play from Firstkiller and Daniel, but I definitely think that the meta right now in 2v2, like I mentioned in a recent video that I made about Yan and Lost's climb in the 2v2 ladder, I really think the meta is solo play in twos. Because it's so possible these days that, well, maybe not score, but it's very possible these days that any player at the top level can just make a 1v2 play and get the ball past the opponents. And like I said, you don't need to score when you're trying to make a solo play these days. You don't have to go all the way yourself. You just need to leave the net open for your teammate. That's what you're going to see. That's the sort of team play you're going to see from the teams like this. A little defensive pass there from USA. Yan choosing to go himself. Daniel actually called his bluff on the early shot. Great read there from Daniel. Yan had the option of just shooting that one first time, but he decided to take his time. Lost up quickly. Fake aerial. Oh, what a catch. That's disgusting control from Lostt. I mean, he's got full vision there, and he's faking an aerial before just effortlessly catching it. Oh, look at this from Daniel, though. Well, the control is just out of this world by both teams. You got Lostt going one way, then we got Daniel going the other way. The challenge wasn't early enough, and Lostt jumped with too much momentum to make the save. Zito88, thanks to 6-month Prime. He says, glad to catch stream, learn more from watching YouTube content than any other Rocket League source. Hey, glad to hear it, man. YouTube still doesn't recommend your videos even though you've watched every show match for the last 3 years. Yeah, YouTube doesn't really like my videos in terms of like the algorithm, because these days algorithm is pretty much all about shorts, and you know, even long form content is getting shorter and shorter. So show matches are just too long. The YouTube algorithm. I've had quite a lot of my viewers say that they don't get my videos recommended. So I guess if that's not happening, then you'll just have to check the page every now and then, see what's been uploaded. I do upload all the show matches. This will be on YouTube probably tomorrow. Good positioning there by Firstkiller, reading Daniel's half volley off the back wall, positioning to get ready to knock the ball on. It's a really nice boost denial at the midfield by Firstkiller. Look where Lostt has, or look where Yan rather has had to go just to find boost after Firstkiller denied the mid. Luckily for him, Yan did not overcommit while he was gone. Brazil have got to be careful here. This is what they do. They, you know, sit in back corners with low boost. Well, they've got to be careful and not do it when their momentum is completely grinding to a halt. USA's two players are the two American players, I think, who are most famous for hitting the ball impossibly hard from any position you put them in. So if there's a team to be afraid of in terms of long shots, it's Firstkiller Daniel, and I'm talking worldwide. They actually combine for a team pinch. We might be heading towards another 0-second attempt. Yan brings Lostt into the play. Lostt looking to mind game at middle, but it stays down. Yet another kickoff. Played standard. This one goes USA's way. They managed to get it back right for Daniel. Decides to just play for the boost steal there. He's threatening a floor pinch. That's why Brazil were afraid to leave their net and contest the back corner boost steal. Who's the player with the hardest shots? Historically, Firstkiller. But yeah, Daniel's right there with him, I'd say. They're the two hardest hitting historically. They made one's careers, you know, just completely crushing power clears into the back of opponents' nets. While circling for small pads here, he's looking for boost. Yan with the reset, mind game, looking at get one extra touch on that. Yeah, look at Lostt there, not committing in the back corner. That's because Yan told him, I'm stealing the boost to the far side. So Lostt doesn't go. There's no clear opening to just take the ball for free. So he doesn't overcommit. Now Yan flicking up in the air. Daniel's going to just retreat straight back towards the ball there. You're seeing a lot of these rotations go right towards the dribbling player, whether it's a ground dribble or an air dribble. Don't go back post, ladies and gentlemen. Ball chase. Yan with one reset. That's all he's going to get on this play. Well, unless you count the boost steal at the far side, which I would. Yan actually just taking all the boost in his retreat, knowing that he's being followed by an opponent, so he's not leaving that for Lostt anytime soon. Very tense game as Daniel gets a huge dunk, and now he's got Yan in an awkward position. What Yan's done well there to keep control. It looked incredibly difficult as again Lostt is just boostless. Well, how many times have we seen that? A player who's famous for gobbling up more boosts than any other pro definitely has in this lobby. It's not like you can slow down all that often when you're playing against USA. Here's Firstkiller trying to bring Daniel into the play. Daniel can't commit though. It's now Yan in a 1v2. Of course, he's got Lostt behind him, who has to just wait again. We're seeing a lot of passive plays here from Lostt. Oh boy, what a read though by Daniel. It's going to be 2-1 USA. What did I say? It's all about the hard hits for USA. That boom just made it difficult enough. Lostt could not get the read, and of course, it's automatic for Daniel. Over 2 minutes in, we have a USA advantage once again. Yeah, Lostt has got to find some boost, ladies and gents. He's got to find some boost, because he was completely stuck a couple times this game. Could also see, you know, quite often he doesn't want to commit because Yan isn't retreating back as quickly as he could. You know, that's sort of what the Brazil players do. Well, what these guys do, Yan and Lostt. So they just use everything in an attacking play. They don't like to... I mean, obviously they recover super fast, but they're quite happy to let their boost run down to 0 on an offensive play. Something that you won't see as often from players like Daniel and Firstkiller. There's functional fake kickoff from the Brazil 2v2 team. Oh my goodness, that's a huge pop in the air as Yan got a reset. Actually gave the possession away. Daniel's got an air dribble off the back of his, and that is another outstanding solo play from Daniel. He is out clipping anybody right now. I've got to give credit to Firstkiller as well. What a catch that is. I mean, Daniel's caught that with a reset, and he didn't need the demo, but he went for it just in case. Yeah, Firstkiller's created that opportunity. He's the one who's dispossessed Furia, so credit to him. Lostt looking to get a wave dash demo on target. Shot was too slow. There's patience here from Firstkiller. Didn't want to let Yan outplay him. Yan's got some very creative first touches today. Firstkiller knows better than to dive in. Oh, great comms. Look at this from Lostt and Yan. Well, if this is what we're going to see from this game, then what I told you earlier on is completely against what we expected coming into this series. It's a team play from Yan and Lostt, and it's a solo play with a demo in the end from Firstkiller and Daniel. Firstkiller kind of bringing Daniel into the play here. Well, look at that. Yan and Lostt have left an opening. Yan not able to get to the boost, not able to get back in time, and Lostt attempting an in and out save, jumped off the underside of the crossbar too early. He is probably expecting Daniel to shoot that low. Daniel just went pretty much just hit it straight at him, either calling the bluff on Lost's position, or just understanding that he's got such a powerful shot lined up that it won't really matter where Lostt is. Well, the attempted possession play hasn't worked out too well. Look at this. It was so surely somebody's connecting. Oh, it's a nightmare for Firstkiller. You don't get much more Yan and Lostt 2v2 than that one. I think it was Garrett G on the shotcast a week ago. He said that he queued up 2v2 the other day. I think he had beast mode on his team or someone, and yeah, he ran into Yan and Lostt, and within 15 seconds they'd managed to hit him with the double air dribble bump. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if there was ever, truth to the famous statement from Greasy Meister back in the day, he said, double commit, double the chance of success. I think that is true for a double air dribble bump, more true for a double air dribble bump than any other type of Rocket League play. So, congratulations. Maybe Team Pinch is a little bit more likely to work with two people as well. But yeah, well played, Yan and Lostt. Oh dear, well that's not as well played. Just like Lostt again, just struggling to get boost in these key positions. This would be the play, I think, for Firstkiller and Daniel. Try to boost starve Lostt in particular, because his boost management has not been there. Oh, great save. Firstkiller was going for a massive play of his own there. Free jump saved by Lostt. Daniel's looking to go 1v2. Another key touch from Lostt there to keep him at bay. Lostt might go for the dive demo onto Firstkiller. Actually tried to reverse pass it middle after faking the boost steal at the far side. Well, here comes Daniel again. Lostt with an important recovery there to help Yan out. I'm sure Yan did not want anything to do with the play that was coming towards him. Firstkiller concedes possession, but Daniel reads Lostt's first touch. I feel a bit more happy with my early, I think it was pre-series prediction about how the playstyles are going to match up after that double demo attempt. I did tell you that the Brazil team are going to be the more aggressive. I think USA have really matched their aggression well, though. So credit to them for that. It's actually been Firstkiller who's running out of boost, but he picked up mid there. Lostt probably didn't want that ball to just kick off the front of his car like it did. It's going to give USA a chance to counter-attack. Firstkiller's attempted pinch on target. Not there, but this will be. Daniel, with assertion, sets up a play for his teammate. He just read that Lostt was awkward. Sometimes you've just got to go in positions like that. The risk was so low for that commit from Daniel. He knew that Lostt was awkward. There wasn't really anything that could go horrendously wrong by him committing there, so he just went for it. And of course, the reward is a goal. That's the massive upside. That easily, I think, outweighs the risk involved in that play. Yan shoots first time, probably trying to catch for Daniel pre-jumping in that position. Daniel stayed grounded. This is a position where the Brazil boys really need a goal. It's not been massively USA favored today. think we've had 2 overtime wins for them, but this is a regulation lead that would put them on triple match point. Should they be able to hold on to it? Just patience now from Daniel. He knows Yan doesn't really have too much here by himself. He's buying time for Firstkiller to get back into play. Daniel's really stolen the show with his solo plays in a lobby that is absolutely packed with solo play talent. He's been the man in form more than anyone else. Well, Yan's been given a bit of space here. He's got Lostt in field, flicks it up to him. Firstkiller had his eye on that play. It was pretty telegraphed there from Brazil. Well, that challenge, not so much. Oh, Yan's going to stay with this. Lostt's going to dive. Just 30 seconds left. I don't really blame him. They're upping the pressure. Daniel has just been a defensive rock for USA here. Firstkiller's had so much ball pressure, little passing play. Won't result in a goal, but they've wasted a lot of time there, USA. Really limited the amount of chances that Brazil can get. Massive demo there from First. Will Brazil get another chance before the end of the game? Yan looking to accelerate the play. Looking to intercept Daniel. Lostt has to be incredibly efficient from here. How are you going to keep it up when Firstkiller is playing it perfectly? I mean, just ideal decision making for Firstkiller at the end of the game. They're just getting on top of the ball, making sure that Lostt can't fake him out, and making sure that Lostt can't go through him. That's 3-1. The first, I think, am I mistaken? Did we have 2 overtime wins for USA before this? Is that? I think that was their first game that they've won in regulation this series. Yes, yeah, I think so. CP Tossum and also Miller Kill. Thanks for the prime. Sorry, I probably said your name wrong. But welcome to the stream, guys. Another great start for USA. Surely a goal as well. Daniel's going to reset it in because he can. This is really all the Firstkiller in this position. Lostt or Yan, one of them just had to get on top of the ball there. Yan looking a bit frustrated, at least with the car language, after that goal went in, because they both had boost. But neither one of them was able to control Firstkiller's simple center ball. Lostt looking to pre-jump first here, does so effectively. Wants to 50-50 it into the middle. But, you know, these are half chances, not even half chances, probably more like quarter chances, third chances for USA, or for Brazil, I should say. USA are just so consistent with their defense when they've got a lead. They look, I think, the more comfortable team sitting with a goal lead. Brazil, when they were ahead numerous times in Game 2, they did end up losing their lead a couple times before eventually winning. Conceded a ton of goals in the one game they won. Firstkiller and Daniel just have that other gear that they can go to. They can slow down a little bit. They're controlling the pace of the series right now. They're not playing into Yan and Firstkiller's hands, and that's, I think, a very smart decision to make. So if you just go into a 2s lobby against Yan and Lostt, did I say Yan and Firstkiller? I meant Yan and Lostt. If you play 2s against the Brazil boys and you try and beat them at their own game, you're going to have a bad time. Well, that's an extraordinary pop over the ball, over the goal there from Lostt. Great vision to read that position. Not an easy position to be in. Firstkiller and Daniel so comfortable with the way that this match is going. So comfortable with the way this game is going. Towards the end of Game 4 and now the start of Game 5, they have completely dominated the midfield. They're just denying any opportunities for Brazil to break free of this position. They're still creating very realistic chances for themselves to add to their own lead. It's just complete swarm play right now from Firstkiller. Daniel Firstkiller plays over the demo, gets back in time to save the shot after Daniel got demoed out of the play. I like this structure a lot for USA, just having Firstkiller be the front man. Daniel backing him up looks impossible to get past it. Now Firstkiller's 50. Gives USA a great chance. Another 50 goes middle. That's going to be to no one, thanks to Yan's demo. Looks like Yan got the boost first, but he didn't get the ball. Well, that was a huge chance. And another one for USA. Surely someone had a look at a goal there, but they've both hit the bar. The scoreline remains 1-0. Less than half the game to go. Only 3 shots for Brazil. None of them all that memorable. Daniel and Firstkiller showing them a bit of a different playstyle on this one. Yan and Lostt having to just hold on. That's a great defensive stand. Shut down briefly, but this is a good chance. They're resting a while. Yan tries to redirect it. Well, looks like Firstkiller was expecting a bit more of a slow play or a backboard play there. Now Lostt with a double mind game. Luckily for USA, they both managed to spot the mind game before it was too late and get back to the ball. That was the best chance, the best couple of chances Brazil have had all game. That really speaks to the pressure that USA have had in the midfield. Yan trying to boom the ball clear. He's missed it. Lostt with a key save. It's just all USA still. A brief flurry from Brazil before we go right back to the same position we were in before. Firstkiller and Daniel are playing a 1-goal lead to absolute perfection. I mean, this is where you want to be when you're leading by 1. You don't want to be defending. You want to just be creating half chances, but really focusing on your recoveries while doing it. Important fake challenge there from Firstkiller. If he committed, it would have been an open net at the other side. Lostt actually not playing for the demo there. Had he done so, Yanxnz might have gone through. Brazil afraid to commit with just a minute to go. They don't want to go completely all in yet, but here's their chance. Firstkiller's pre-jump, not too high. Massive save by Firstkiller, keeps USA in front. That was, again, Brazil's best chance of the game. And then Firstkiller can make it too. He does. Well, if Daniel stole the show in Game 4, it's been the Firstkiller show in Game 5. Beats Lostt to the punch. You're not going to miss from that range. 2-0, Brazil need something tricky. They need something unexpected, or this one is going to be over. It's a push to the right side, but there's where Firstkiller, that's where Firstkiller is. So no problems there. Yan fakes the pass across. Lostt going to full commit for this. I mean, they've got to go right now. That makes a lot of sense, but shots ground to a halt. Yan's flick is going nowhere, and that should be the match for USA. Firstkiller and Daniel both wall dashing in the same position. Well, maybe not over just yet. Yan's got one more chance, and he needs to get it on target, and quickly at that. It's a ceiling double reset, but it's denied by Daniel. And despite all of Brazil's efforts to make something happen in this game, it's been all USA, and a pretty comfortable win at the end of the day. So it completely took over the series. It was on a knife edge until Game 4, and then USA, I think it was ever since they took the 3-goal lead in Game 4, this has just been completely one-way traffic. It looks like full control for USA. They were able to create, you know, good opportunities on net while conceding very, very few threatening shots on their own, which is incredibly impressive to do against Yan and Lostt. If you want evidence of that, check Yan and Lost's recent Twitch streams. They've been streaming a lot of their 2v2 ranked games. These guys are terrifying to defend against, and Daniel and Firstkiller just put an absolute clinic on how to do it. It's not by sitting in net. It's not by letting them come at you. It's not by trying to outpace them. It's by just making key touches, efficient touches in the opposition half, keeping Lostt and Yan on the back foot, and playing just a very controlled game. I think that, for me at least, I'm not sure if you guys would agree with this, but the best look that USA had in this was when they were 3-2 up in Game 4. Daniel decided to play a little bit further back, let Firstkiller go on a rampage. I don't think many players apply more pressure than Firstkiller. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best, if not the best in the world, at just having a presence